Tonight, we pull back the curtain on a debate that has shaken the very core of UK politics. A debate where one woman, Alex Phillips, stood firm, armed with facts and conviction, while a Labour MP found himself struggling, stumbling, and exposed. This isn't just politics as usual, this is about the future of Britain's identity, its culture, and the unspoken tensions no one dares to discuss openly. It all began in what was supposed to be a simple, balanced discussion on multiculturalism, a topic that, on paper, sounds harmonious, progressive, and forward-thinking. But when the cameras rolled and the microphones went live, what unfolded was anything but polite conversation. Alex Phillips, bold and unapologetic, didn't just debate, she dissected. She exposed cracks in Labour's polished image, pulling apart weak arguments piece by piece. The Labour MP, who had entered the stage with confidence, soon found his rehearsed lines falling apart like a house of cards. As Alex pressed harder, she revealed uncomfortable truths, the strain on public services, the growing cultural divides, the silenced voices of ordinary Britons who feel ignored in the rush to celebrate diversity. She asked the questions mainstream politicians avoid, questions that hung in the air like thunderclouds, leaving her opponent scrambling for answers he didn't have. Each pause, each stutter, told a story louder than words, a story of weakness, of denial, and of political blindness. But here's where it gets even more shocking. As the debate heated up, Alex exposed the contradictions in Labour's stance. On one hand, they preached inclusion, but on the other, they quietly ignored rising tensions in communities, rising crime rates linked to cultural clashes, and the erosion of traditions that once held Britain together. The Labour MP tried to pivot, to hide behind statistics and vague promises, but Alex cut through the fog like a blade, demanding clarity, demanding honesty. And with each exchange, it became clearer, the Emperor had no clothes. Yet, this clash was more than just words. It was symbolic of something bigger, a storm brewing beneath the surface of UK politics. A storm the mainstream media rarely dares to cover. Because at its heart lies a question too dangerous, too divisive, and too powerful to ignore: can Britain truly remain united under the weight of multiculturalism? Or is it quietly fracturing, piece by piece, while politicians pretend everything is fine? The audience that night felt it. The tension. The unspoken fear. The realization that someone had finally dared to say what many whisper behind closed doors. And as Alex delivered her final blow, the Labour MP's silence spoke louder than any rebuttal. He wasn't just defeated in a debate, he was exposed. But this story doesn't end here. Because if one debate can pull back the mask on Labour's weakness, what other truths are still hidden in the shadows of Westminster? What else are politicians not telling us about the future of Britain's identity? And most importantly, how long before the silence breaks, and the truth becomes impossible to deny? One thing is clear, this debate was not the end. It was just the beginning.